Ah, welcome. Hello. Oh, good morning, and welcome to the Way of Meditation. I'm Reverend Keith, and I'm welcoming you to our time of communion with the divine. And as always, we're going to begin with our inspirational reading, which is taken from Agape's Book of the Month, The Technology of Intention by Kim Stanwood Terranova. The following excerpt is from chapter 9, Conscious Creation. Name it, claim it, create it, beginning on page 125. Staying conscious is the most important job we have right now. I'm not just referring to staying awake in our bodies, although I am pointing to staying conscious in our awakened bodies. We are always responsible for our life experience, and the moment-by-moment choices we make define what those experiences will be. Staying conscious in our choices and the decisions we make is crucial. We are creators. With every breath, we are engaging in the creation of our life experience. Our choices propel power into motion, and if we are not conscious of what we choose, then we are creating by default. The law of cause and effect does not take a day off. The universe is always with us, responding to our thoughts, wishes, and practices we have in place. It is the divine teacher of responding. Let us be divine students and be willing to stay alert and aware in all that we create. So I just invite you to join me as we turn within, opening to the plenitude of blessings that are abounding. How grateful I am that the only overwhelm there is throughout the entire universe is overwhelming beauty, peace, love, joy, harmony, goodness, for that is the nature of life. Life itself is brilliance beyond our wildest dreams from the human perspective. We open to its magnificence and the great truth of remembering that there is one almighty power, one infinite brilliance, one divine glory. We call it God. We know that God, life, beauty, peace, love, all synonymous with everlasting brilliance. Bliss is life's nature, it's God's nature. And as we open to its magnificence, and as we allow ourselves to feel it, see it, hear it, know it, simply surrender to the sublime iteration, knowingness, feeling tone of the great truth that God is, I am. I am formed and fashioned in the image and likeness of God, and I go deeper and higher into a great knowing, experience, and truth that wherever I am, God is, and all that God is flows through my bones and beingness, through the channels and meridians of my consciousness. I return to the beginning, and I know that the beginning is eternality. We open to this holy goodness and that power, the indwelling presence, and we know that it only blesses, caresses, and we profess this holy statement right now, knowing that we are the blessed and the blessors. I bless everyone this day. We bless and know that wherever we are, God is seeking to reveal the best. We open to that. I bless Reverend Michael. Right where he is, God is. The eloquence, the elegance, the brilliance, the verve, the zest, the zeal of the divine is having its way to, through, and as his life, and as this service, and as everything and everyone. I bless everyone listening, everyone streaming in live right now, everyone who's watching the recording, knowing that we have said, yes, I shall allow the grace, the brilliance, the beauty, the power, and the presence, the omniscient wisdom to rise up from within me and shine, radiating, circulating, effulgently, beautifully, gloriously, as wellness, as prosperity, as joy, as clarity, as optimism, as faith. Simply, we are allowing the good of the divine to have its way. We bless it so, we know it so, and we simply allow it to be so. Amen.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Reverend Keith, for that magnificent opening prayer. Delighted to see each and every one of you with an open heart. We allow ourselves to begin to prepare ourselves for our time of stillness, of quiet. As Reverend Michael makes his way here for a magnificent Dharma talk and to facilitate the meditation. But you are here now. I am here now. Let us practice what it said in Reverend Kim's reading, to stay present. So we take this opportunity to step out of time and space and to drop into the heart of the infinite, the eternal, and the everlasting one of our own being. We make this connection through the living breath of unconditional love that breathes each of us, that beats the heart, that flows the blood in the veins. We are unified in this significant at-one-ment in God as the life of God. So be still. You may notice your breath. If your attention wanders, bring it back to the breath. It is the holy breath breathing each of us. And we simply give way to the living breath of the I Am. We let go into it. If you feel inspired to do so, you may allow a smile on your face. Continue to simply go deeper into the stillness of your own being. As we allow the field of the divine to have the focus of our attention. As we prepare ourselves and this field of awareness for the living word to come forth through Reverend Michael as he makes his way here.
Continue good morning to you. You've been Sitting in the sacred silence, which is probably one of the most important things you can do on a daily basis. It is often said that most people's problems would be solved if they could just sit by themselves for an hour and do nothing. Answers would arise, intuition would become heightened, and they would begin to hear a level of guidance and direction in a language and in a way that their soul can understand. However, most people become afraid when in fact they have to be alone or sit by themselves. They have to find something to do or to plan or to think about. And so as we enter into this moment again, we give thanks to Reverend Keith for setting the tone for the service, Reverend Coco for allowing the sacred silence to begin to emerge so that you can be born again. Now when I say that, I'm not speaking of some ancient religious context. I'm speaking about having an inner transformation in which you're less and less identifying yourself with old personality constructs, old ways of thinking, old ways of planning your future from your present self, present personality construct. To be born again means that you're open and available to insight into your true self, in which you are not trying to change the world from your little concept of yourself at all, and that you become increasingly aware that the solutions to all of your issues are not in time, and they're not in the physical reality. They're in your expanded awareness. Just as the solution to a caterpillar is a butterfly, the solution to all of your issues is in your true self, which is beyond the limited perception of who you think you are, that's governed by and being created by time and space, heredity, perception, and interpretation of past experiences. You're to become new, which means you are to become true to who you are. This is what begins to happen as you begin to have a meditation practice in which you exit your attention from the external world and all of the issues of the external world that dominate our perception and our thinking, all the ways that we're going to strategize to do this or do that, or to get out of this or to get out of that, forgetting that every single 100%, maybe 99.999% of all healings are spiritual awareness. Even though there may be obviously some movement in the change of your physical habit, thinking, nutrition, exercise, relationships, things of that particular nature. But ultimately, unless there's an expansion of your awareness or an insight into your greater self, your true self, then the stretched rubber band would just come back and kind of replicate the same experiences over and over again. So meditation provides the context for you to have an insight into your true self. It allows you to become still enough, intentional enough, so that which is true about you and that which is true about the universe, that which is true about the cosmos, that which is true about life, begins to be active within you. It goes beyond merely a belief system. It goes beyond a hypothesis or a philosophy. It actually, you hunker in and it becomes your way of living. So you're living always from a consciousness of being insightful, full of insight, full of direction, full of guidance, full of transformational wisdom, transformational knowledge, transformational intelligence. That is where? Everywhere in its totality. Just as electricity is everywhere, yet it needs instruments to reveal itself as microphones, as light bulbs coming on, as all the ways that we use electricity. And though your mind may have been hijacked into believing that there's a scarcity of it somewhere, that's only one of the various hypnotism that keeps people thinking about scarcity and lack and things of that particular nature, when in fact, electricity is everywhere. Now that's an aside to an analogy that the presence of God is everywhere. The presence of love is everywhere, and intelligence and peace and joy. And as individuals begin to allow it to be activated in this awareness, it does not deplete any of it. That's why I've always loved that statement from the Bhagavad Gita that says you can take abundance from abundance, but abundance still remains. You can't deplete it. So as much as anyone grows and unfolds and becomes a greater vision of themselves, a greater and greater awareness of who they are, those individuals don't deplete anyone else. It's the exact opposite. When you have a spiritual insight, a revelation about your prosperity, your health, your wholeness, your joy, your happiness, your love, you don't take from anything. Take abundance from abundance, abundance still remains. You imprint the world with your insight, which what? Which creates a path, a vibrational pathway for other individuals to have the same insight. In other words, as you're lifted up, as Jesus the Christ said, as I am lifted up, I draw all unto me. As you're lifted up with a greater awareness, as you are reborn, as you have a greater awareness of yourself, you help humanity through your lifting. And so don't get caught in the nefarious hypnotism that as you become healthier, more joyful, more loving, more generous, more creative, that you're taking something from the world, you're actually lifting the world. Nor are you seeking to escape the world, you are elevating the world through the expansion of your consciousness. So as more and more people practice, and it doesn't matter what religion they call themselves, because there are basic principles in every path of heart, and those basic principles have something to do with being still, contemplation, meditation, introspection, self-reflection, forgiveness, generosity. Oh, just call it the great golden rules of life. Every path of heart has some degree of that. And so as individuals, we practice at some level, and they have insight into their real nature and being. There's a lifting of consciousness, the lifting of humanity in your neighborhood, in your city, your state, your province, your territory, your country, all around the world, because we're all connected. As I indicated last week, there are no private thoughts, just as there isn't any private good. Now, the billionaires may want to argue with you about that, but they're going to die and they're going to go with nothing just like they came here with. And so there's no private thoughts. We're all connected by the one mind, the one power, the one presence that's everywhere. And since we're all connected, as you're lifted, you draw. As you lift it, you drive. You draw individuals into this higher frequency, and those that are reluctant and that are ego-bound, you drive them away, just energetically, like attracts like. You know, you drive or draw. And so you end up ultimately with a circle or a tribe or groups of individuals that you have a kind of an inward same intention to become better versions of yourself, if I can use that language, to make a difference on the planet, to be generous, to be kind, to be compassionate. There are certain qualities that you'll take on that kind of are in the vibration of the tribe that you find yourself in. Even if you find yourself not necessarily in agreement with everyone in your tribe, that isn't, everyone's human, so that's not going to happen. Total agreement, that would be automaton, robot kind of vibration. But there's an underlying frequency of love, and at times you may even get hypnotized and think you're in a bubble. You think everybody's like that. Then you go out into the world and realize ignorance is still there. As a matter, this is be honest. As a matter of fact, most people on the planet are not necessarily waking up and trying to wake up to their glorious nature, but they are being pulled by the conscious few. They're being pulled in the evolutionary scale by the higher frequency, and more people are waking up than ever before in human history. And if you're tuning in to Agape International Spiritual Center, you're either already on a metaphysical to mystical path, or something is dawning on you like, I don't quite believe that I have an original sin. I don't quite believe that I'm inherently evil. That there's some, you're breaking free from the old, outworn religious concepts created to govern people and to keep them small and powerless. You're beginning to wake up To be reborn into the awareness that you are the Christ in seed, embryonic state, and that the great Jesus the Christ is really an example, and Gautama the Buddha is an example. These are examples of the mutation of the next stage of human iteration. They mutated and became the next stage of human consciousness. And so if you're on this path, you're opening yourself up to be a mutant. Sorry. To be a mutant, a positive, affirmative, beautifying mutant in the world, but of a pull of the strange attractor field of the Christ, the hope of glory within your consciousness. It's in you as a seed that you're watering with meditation, a seed that you're watering with intention, a seed that you're watering with daily forgiveness, a seed that you're watering with generosity and creativity and kindness and compassion. You're watering it by paying attention, being still. Having a realization that you are one of one. There is no one of 7, 8, 9 billion people. You're one of one. You are the only one of you. Even in the multi-dimensional universes, parallel universes where there's other subsets of you, there's only one of you as a unique expression of infinite potential. So what are you to do? To be born of the Spirit, to wake up to your true self and to express yourself fully. Because God wants two things: to be recognized and to be expressed, to be known and to be revealed. Let's practice. We allow ourselves to turn within, to allow for our attention to evacuate the external world, evacuate our attention from the external world, and to turn within to our interiority. And there we may notice thoughts and feelings, perceptions, beliefs, opinions, thought forms, clouds, vibrational clouds, in the sky of mind. But you are the mind. You are the sky of mind, and the clouds are passing through. They are not you. But you can witness them. You can see those clouds, emotionality and opinions, projections of the misuse of your imagination into the future called worst-case scenarios. Oh my God. We now govern our own attention by establishing an intention. Intention is directional, if I can use that word for right now, but it's a conscious selection of a frequency. Frequency is your currency. And so we select the frequency of, I am choosing to wake up to my true nature. That's our intention. We're choosing a frequency, the wake-up call within us. And though other things may be swirling around, we keep paying attention to our intention, and to that becomes our dominant choice. I'm choosing to wake up. And yes, there are other priorities in our life. There's survival priorities. We have to exercise. We have to eat. There are other priorities in our life. Yes, we have families. We have relationships we have to tend to. Yes. But underneath all of that, there is the main priority. I am here to wake up to my glorious nature and to reveal it through all of my humanity, my physical health, my relationships, my entrepreneurial efforts, my service, my contributions, all of that is in the field of my glorious choice to wake up. And so we intend to sit, to rise, to sit, to expand. Come with me. Make that choice. Set that intention. Be conscious that you have a breath that's anchoring you into the present moment, which is a open door to the eternal now. Choose to remember your real nature. Choose to sit as if this is the very first time you've ever practiced meditation. Choose to have the beginner's mind, whether you are a veteran to meditation or whether you're just beginning. Enter into it like a child, to wonder and awe. First time. Listen with the inner ear that you may catch the broadcast saying, let there be life, let there be light, let there be intelligence and beauty everywhere. Listen with your entire being. Be still, silent, quiet, and listen with the ear beyond the physical ear of the eternal broadcast, the original word of creation. Let there be life, light, beauty, intelligence. Let me be in all creation and beyond all creation. Let there be. Be still, quiet, intentional, receptive. You are performing a sacred act. Intending fully to wake up to the glorious nature of your being, your true self. Let us receive a nice inhalation. Release the sigh of ah as Paul prepares this particular video. Another breath. Release. Breath. Sustain the breath, but feel a deep sense of gratitude that you exist at all. Release. Brother Paul. Looking at the monks walking through the nation and the people gathering around them. Larger and larger crowds. Being affected by an intention to be mindful, to be peaceful, courageous, loving, courageous love. And so as we turn within, we have visual representations juxtaposing each other. We have nations jangling with discords of war and dividing up the world. Old paradigm of might makes right, stealing of resources and things of that particular nature. And we have the visualization of these monks walking, not trying to gain anything from the world at all, not seeking to control anyone, seeking to bring us back to our real nature, our spiritual nature. And so we have one example, which is called the warning, and we have another example, which is called an example. So we turn within in this moment and we find that inner devotional being that we are. That being within us in our highest moments of existence where we just want to be our best selves. We just want to be our real self. The angels of our higher nature are in full operation. We turn within in this moment and we just are so grateful and so thankful and so appreciative that we exist at all. We re-enchant our imagination so we're not living in the worst case scenario frequency. We're living in the scenario that God is on the scene, love is on the scene, joy is on the scene, peace is on the scene. Because we're on the scene with a high intention to wake up. It is from this awareness that I speak the word for each and every one of us this morning, this afternoon, this evening, whatever time zone our body temples may be in, calling forth the full awareness of our oneness with the presence of God, love, intelligence, beauty, harmonizing prosperity, and a divine supernal guidance direct from our higher self, moving through us in a language and in a way that we can understand, that we may anchor heaven on earth. For this we give thanks. And though we're making ourselves available for a blessing higher than that, we are saying, let us be a blessing today for someone. And all that power flows through us. And we anchor love on earth. And it's happening now. And so it is. Amen. Appreciate your presence in this morning, good afternoon, and good evening meditation. Again, whatever time zone you may be living in. This is your great opportunity to begin your year as a giver, to making a contribution. First of all, I want to thank all the beings who donated to our anniversary, birthday vibration at the end of the year and gave your year-end gifts. You made a mighty difference in our community for sustaining Agape and for it to grow. And so we want to continue that as we want to begin the year the way you want to be. So begin the year as a giver so that you can demonstrate more prosperity in your life, at the same time strengthen the work that we get to do here at Agape. So right now, you can use your QR code, quick response code, right now, from your phone, camera, go into the domain of Agape right this moment and donate whatever you can. Doesn't matter the amount. If you're of means, give more. If you are, affected by the economic turmoil that appears to be happening, give what you can. If you'd like to text to donate, please do so. Text the word give to 424-321-6243. This is on your screen. It'll take you into the rich, vibrant, fertile domain of Agape International. Choose the amount you desire to give today, and then release. Give with love. If you would like to go directly to our website, that's great. Go to agapelive.com. You'll see a donation banner. Navigate yourself to the banner. Choose the amount you're going to give today. And again, give free. It's a free will offering. There's no locking of doors. There's no hanging from chandeliers. There's no shaming. There's just gratitude for whatever it is that you have to give. You can do that now. If you would like to mail in your donation, it's a beautiful thing to see those cards and letters. Send it to Agape International. Make out checks to Agape International, 8549 Wilshire Blvd, Suite 1156, Beverly Hills, California, 90211. We always write USA on the envelope. United State of Awareness. We're all one, emanating from the same source of all creation, regardless of previous hypnotism and brainwashing that we're separate. We're not. We're all one, emanating from the one. We are one with the one to reveal the one. USA, United State of Awareness. Send yours in right away. If you'd like to, and I also want to thank you. Many of you joined our auto tithe program at the end of the year. Thank you so much. That really makes a difference in our budgeting. You all may do that as well at the agapelive.com website. I'll be right back. The Reverend Julie Moret is coming forward to highlight some of the wonderful things happening in our spiritual community.
We have a number of opportunities here for you to upgrade your consciousness and nurture your heart. Take a listen, see what is yours, and you can visit agapelive.com for more information and to find out about all of our weekly offerings. All times listed are Pacific Time. This Wednesday on Take Back Your Mind, Reverend Michael welcomes relationship coach, registered psychotherapist, podcast host, and author who integrates psychology and spirituality, Tanaz Hossainpour. And on Friday's Life Question of the Week, what does it really mean to be present when meditation feels clear, but everyday life feels overwhelming? And how to protect young athletes' mental and spiritual well-being when a harsh, ego-driven sports culture starts to dim their light. Watch or listen to Take Back Your Mind and the Life Question of the Week with Michael B. Beckwith on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. Agape University presents Meditation 2.0, The Evolution of Consciousness, with Michael B. Beckwith. This is meditation designed to cultivate stillness, regulate the inner world, and anchor us in clarity and truth together. This is a 5-week course. We gather with Reverend Michael in a shared field of practice that strengthens awareness and supports emotional and spiritual resilience and allows right action to emerge naturally. This 5-week online course begins this Tuesday, January 20th, 6 p.m. Pacific Time, live on Zoom. All sessions are recorded, so you can make the live class, and if you can't make the live class, you won't miss a thing. This is a foundational Agape University course and practitioner studies prerequisite. Register today at agapelive.com. We look forward to seeing you there. The Crisis Support Clinic is postponed this Monday, January 26th. You can email oneheart@agapelive.com for support. For meditation today, you've been listening to Soak Sound Frequency Therapy, the clinically proven healing protocol that pairs positive affirmations with specific sound frequencies. There are up to 30 different frequencies that you could choose from to provide energetic and cellular alignment. If you want to check it out for free for 1 month, go to soak.com. That's SOAAK.com. Use code AGAPE and you'll receive a 30-day free trial. Soak is health savings account and flexible spending account approved. Sign up today and get your Soak on. And the Agape Prayer Ministry is available to you 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Agape practitioners are here to know and declare the truth about your life, whether you're looking for support navigating this thing called life or ready to affirm your spiritual liberation. The powerful prayers from Agape's loving spiritual practitioners are here for you. Call 310-348-1270 or send an email to prayer@agapelive.com. Lots of opportunities here. Pick what's yours and dive in. Many blessings to you.
Thank you, Reverend Julie. Let's turn within for a moment and give thanks for the inflow of harmonizing prosperity through the offerings. We give thanks that we're living in an overflow consciousness, a more than enough consciousness as a community that's outpicturing itself as all needs met. The word is spoken for our entire community all around the globe that harmonizing prosperity and perfect health and well-being reign supreme. We give thanks for this as individuals are becoming generative, generating the gift of prosperity from the depth of their own being and sharing it, thus allowing their own prosperity to become more and more permanent. We give thanks for this law of circulation and those that are practicing it, and so it is. Amen. Remember, as Reverend Julie just reminded you, my meditation class will begin this Tuesday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. As she mentioned, it's recorded for those individuals who are in different time zones who cannot be with me live. You'll get to recording within 24 hours and still take the class, as many of you do. So sign up today. It's going to be transformational as we walk through the understanding and, very importantly, the practice of the art and science of meditation. So where you are, stand up. And when you're standing up vibrationally, take a stand for a spiritual quality. In your own awareness, say perhaps to yourself, I'm standing up for love. I'm standing up for peace. I'm standing up for joy. I'm standing up for beauty. I'm standing up for the realization of abundance and absolute perfect health. When you stand up, take a stand for a quality. And that quality, when you go to the depth of that quality, it's at one with all spiritual qualities. And a myriad of those qualities begin to be activated, and you begin to glow like a Christmas tree, a Hanukkah bush, bigger and more brighter than Chernobyl. Bad example, but still, you do. Charles Holt, what you got to say?
I'm tired of the guilt
You should be.
that brings me pain.
Such an old religion. Guilt and shame.
Now is the
Beating
time
oneself up.
for me to let go.
Pretending that you had some kind of original sin. Being shot from God. Some people just got sick and tired of such nonsense. Such ridiculous.
I'm ready
It wasn't an
for
evolutionary leap
my
to go into religion. But let's not get stuck there. Let's keep on evolving to come and understand that religion means to bind oneself back to one's source, to go into the transcendent, and then allow for the transcendent to become immanent as our very life and being. So we just give thanks in this moment of absolute practice of meditation and prayer and elevation of spiritual community, that we have taken a stand for some spiritual quality, and for the rest of this day we allow that to be what we meditate on. That particular quality, that we anchor it on earth with every step we take, thus bringing heaven to earth We give thanks for this and allow it to be so. And so it is. Amen. Peace and richest blessings, everyone. Hope you attend at 8:30 a.m. service, meditation, and a 9 o'clock worship celebration fellowship service. Or 11 a.m. meditation Pacific time, 11:30 worship celebration fellowship service, of which that's the service that most people attend. Hope to see you here.